everybody, Kristen here. As you know, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. And today I'm gonna take my famous hash brown breakfast casserole. We're gonna make it using the Crockpot. This is a great method for preparing a breakfast or brunch when you're entertaining guests. You can have it cook overnight. You can have it cook while you're at church and come home to a nice brunch. So easy, so versatile. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna do is spray our crock pot. This is a large 6-quart crock pot with some non-stick cooking spray. And I'm just using extra virgin olive oil spray today. You could use avocado oil spray as well, and good old Pam works as well. Then let's talk about our eggs. I have 12 eggs today, 12 large eggs, and 1.5 cups of milk or cream. Any fat percentage you like. Obviously, the higher the fat content of your milk, the richer your casserole. We're gonna season our eggs here with 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon each of garlic powder, onion powder, and pepper. And then we're gonna whisk up our eggs. Now, while I'm whisking up our eggs, let's talk about the fillings. Let your imagination guide you. You can use chopped cooked bacon, you could use some breakfast sausage that's been sauteed, you could use mushrooms, onions, peppers, spinach, feta. You could use some diced up leftover ham, which is what I'm doing today. Typically, I make this hash brown breakfast casserole with hash browns, ham, and then some sauteed peppers and onions. You certainly don't have to saute any peppers and onions to add to this. In fact, today I'm not. I have breakfast guests that are coming that are a little bit sensitive to peppers and onions, so they've asked me to omit them. No big deal. It'll still be delicious. You could also just buy a bag of O'Brien style potatoes, which already have the peppers and onions in them, and save yourself a step. Okay, my eggs are nice and combined there. So let's layer up this casserole. I have a bag of 32 ounces of frozen cubed hash browns. You could use shredded. And I poured about half of that right in my crock pot. You wanna make sure your hash browns are frozen. That way they cook in the time that's allotted here, in the time that the eggs will cook through. And if you find any clumps, just break them up with your hands there, just so that they cook evenly. Now we're gonna add in half of our toppings. Today I'm using some diced ham. You could use leftover ham, you could purchase cubed ham, you could purchase a ham steak and cube it up. And then I'm also adding in some sharp cheddar cheese. I like to use sharp cheddar because it's really robust and it'll give this casserole a nice cheesy flavor. But you can use any cheese you like. You can use a combination of cheese. One thing about the cheese, no matter what kind of cheese you use, grate the cheese yourself. Bagged cheese is coated in anti-caking agents, and taking a few extra minutes to grate the cheese yourself will ensure a nice creamy melt. Add in the rest of my hash brown potatoes there. Just spread those out so that they're nice and even. The rest of my ham. And don't worry about your layers being exact. We're just trying to get the flavors throughout the entire casserole, but you don't need to get out a measuring cup and measure 1 cup of ham per layer or 1 cup of cheese or whatever. I'm using about 2 cups of ham today that have been diced and about 3 cups of sharp cheddar cheese. My daughter would say to measure the cheese with your heart. All right, everything's nice and layered there, so then we're gonna pour in our egg mixture. And that's it. You don't stir this, you just let those eggs settle into your ingredients here. We're gonna pop our lid on our slow cooker. You have a couple options for cooking this. You can cook on low for 7 to 8 hours until your eggs are nice and set. That's perfect if you want to prep this the night before and then you can wake up to a warm breakfast. Or you can cook on high for 3 to 4 hours until your eggs are set, and that's perfect for a brunch. Or if you're like me and you wake up hours before your family, you can throw this in the crock pot and it'll be ready when everybody wakes up. Once your breakfast casserole is done slow cooking, remove the lid and let it rest for at least 15 minutes. That'll give time for the eggs to set up and for it to be nice and easy for you to slice and serve. Okay, it's been 15 minutes, so I'm gonna dig out a slice here, and you know that first slice, often like a pie or a cake, it's the hardest to get out there. So let's see if we can make this look pretty. Doesn't matter what it looks like though, it'll still be delicious. All right. It's hot, but I'm going in for a bite so I can tell you just how good it is. It's cheesy, it's savory, it's creamy. The potatoes are perfectly cooked. They're nice and tender. You guys, this is one of the easiest breakfast recipes. It's so versatile. Everybody loves it. You're gonna love it. And if you're wondering how to make breakfast casserole using your Instant Pot, be sure to catch my next recipe where I walk you through exactly how to do that. Until next time, happy cooking.